Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. And today's lesson is going to go into this show I've been watching. It's called 3%, in which, like today, you have the rich elite, which is the top 1%, and the rest, the 99%, is basically welfare cases, and that's how it is in this show. You have the people that's called the inlanders, and then you have the people that go to the offshore, in which there's a process in which you go through in order to be counted worthy, to live lavishly with the elite of that society. So in this episode, I'll just, I'm almost done watching. It's basically well, I'll just read it. It says the truth about the sabotage finally comes to light as Marcella prepares to take over the shell. Now, the shell is basically a so-called beacon of light for the 97% of the poor in the show. And just like in this society, even that is sabotage. Even that comes with strings attached, And as this, society is, everything is about what? Making money, all right, making a better life for yourself. But it always comes with strings attached. And this is why we have to understand, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that this place can never be your resting place. As says in Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, Baruch 3, it says, you came here, let me see. Baruch 3 and 8, it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. So this tells you everything you need to know about your current state. Okay, because even if, you make more money, even if you have more than the average person, you're still subject to payment, which means that you never truly own something. You can lose it to taxes. You never truly own a house. You never truly own land. Okay. So, but on the contrary, when you follow Yahawah, Yahawashi, like it says right here in Deuteronomy 32, which this is an excellent chapter because it gives you a better way of life. It gives you a better way of life. And that's what we truly hope for, a better way of life, a real way of life. Because say in this society, Esau, just like in that show, would try to how can I put it, sabotage your so-called way out. For an example, you have rappers, you have entertainers, where they make decent money. They make more than the average person. The average person in the neighborhood where they grew up at, but it still comes with strings attached. Okay, all your time goes to what? All your time goes into being a puppet. For what? For that dollar. Okay. Your life is still rude. You're still subject to payments. All right. Everything is chaotic around you. All right. So what have you really gained? Yeah, you gained a few dollars, but you gained more stress than anything. All right. So this is Deuteronomy 32:1. It says, "Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of Yahawah, ascribe me greatness unto our power." Okay, like it says in Deuteronomy 6:4. "Hail Israel, the Lord our power is one." So our power is the Heavenly Father. It's not Esau. It's not the dollar. It's not this place. All right. People, I'm gonna say it again. People, they may even see certain signs to where it's the end, but they still go back and do the same wickedness, as if the Lord is. They don't really believe the Lord is coming back, and if they did believe, they don't understand what that actually means. Or if they did know, they don't understand what that actually means. So it says, "He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are perverse and crooked generation." Because time and time again, our people sought refuge, sought love, sought rest, and these other gods. And whatever captivity it was in, and whatever they thought brought them and whatever they thought, whatever they thought brought true prosperity. All right, like in a show, they sabotaged the inlanders, which I said before was a poor. They sabotaged their the shell, and which was a place, it's a little more decent than their current conditions. To what? So they can, gain leverage over them. All right. So now these people, the poor, all right, they would give what? Their power. They would give their strength. They would totally believe in a false dream of prosperity, and that's what's coming. That's what's coming to this place. Here it is. Everything is going to shambles. Most people are going starving. So guess what? Esau is going to come with that solution. It's a chip. All right. And if you haven't learned your lesson by now, hey, you're as good as missile food. All right. Hey, most people they starving for that vaccine. All right. They, the media, they push that many people are dying because of COVID. So here, take this vaccine. Take this false sense of prosperity. But it says, so you'll always be a second class citizen. Like you always have someone that thinks about themselves. That's this devil. All right. So it says, "Remember the days of old, consider the years." I think I skipped verse 6, Deuteronomy 32:6. I started 5 again. "They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are perverse and crooked generation. Do ye thus requite the Lord Yahawah, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath brought thee? Hath he not made thee and established thee?" And this is what our people don't understand. Like in the time of Egypt. Here it is. Pharaoh was treating our people like shit, but because they were getting a few benefits, he was A-okay. All right. Fast forward into 2020, our people getting shot down in the street. They're being starved out. They're being choked out. All right, but yet and still, they still look at this devil as being okay because he's coming with stimulus checks, because he comes with the vaccine, okay, because he comes with that RFID chip to make life so-called better for you. So it's just remember the days of old, consider consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. All right, because in the ancient world, which really we're supposed to be even doing it today, which is the spirit, because later on tonight is the Day of Atonement, in which these holy days would be passed down in remembrance of what the Lord did for us. The day of blowing the trumpet, the day of tabernacles, all right, Hanukkah, all right, the Passover, they all represent how the Lord put us first. So it says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, you see. So the Lord always thought of us first. But here it is. You treat the Lord as, a fifth, sixth, seventh priority. For Yahawah's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Jacob is you tribes. All right. The ones that are on the bottom, the ones that are treating like, less than humans. I mean, less than animals. Okay. Here it is. You have a man that gets caught for dogfighting. He'll get time in prison. But then you'll have a Jake that gets caught for dogfighting. All right. Will get time in prison. But an Edomite that kills that Jake, all right, will get a slap on the wrist. He may even get paid vacation time. Okay, so it says he found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about, he instructed him, he kept him as an apple of his eye. As an eagle stirred up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So Yahawah alone did lead them, and there was no strange God with him. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the fields. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock, butter of kine and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats, with the fat of kidneys of wheat, and thou didst drink the pure blood of the grape. So the Most High gave you your best. He put you on top, all right? He put you at the top, 1%. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God who made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. All right, basically meaning you slap the hand away. Here it is, you got somebody that's taking care of you, and you shitting on him, forgetting the one who actually took you out of that dunghill. It says they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. All right, giving homage to all these other gods. The god of money. Like today, for example. Here it is. You got these so-called rappers and entertainers. The first thing they do is what? When they get onto the stage, they think they're recording artists. They think the writer of the song. They might thank God, which that really is going into the so-called white man, but it just goes to show you how they provoke the Lord to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoke they him to anger. They sacrifice unto devils, not to God, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Of the rock that begat thee thou art unmindful, and thou hast forgotten God that formed thee. And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith. Okay. So this is not your rest. All right. I don't know how many times we gotta keep telling you people this, but hey, you just gotta see it the hard way. Okay, this is the book of Amos, chapter. I don't know why it's doing that. So okay. Amos 5:1. Hear ye this word which I take up against you, even a lamentation, O house of Israel. The virgin of Israel is fallen. You see, so this is what happened after generations and generations of going after these gods of these other nations. All right, or just serving serving these gods of these other nations. All right, she shall no more rise. And what you're gonna soon realize is that they don't give a damn about you. They're gonna get physical with you, kill you, a lot of people off, and you're gonna ask yourself why. Why is he such a devil? Why is he so mean? Okay. So it says the virgin of Israel is fallen, she shall no more rise. She is forsaken upon her land, there is none to raise her up. For thus saith the Lord power, the city that went out by 1,000 shall leave 100. You see? And this is your punishment. All right, like I mentioned before. Before you were known as the cream of the crop under the Lord. Now you're known as the the scum on the bottom of the barrel. And that which went forth by 100 shall leave 10 to the house of Israel. For thus saith Yahawah unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live. But seek not Bethel, nor enter into Gilgal, and pass not to Beersheba. Which when you go into the etymology, if you go into the commentary of these different places, these places were places where our people would sacrifice into other gods. For Gilgal shall surely go into captivity, and Bethel shall come to naught. Okay? And our people went into captivity for their wickedness. Seek Yahawah, and ye shall live, lest he break forth like fire in the house of Joseph, and devour it, and there be none to quench it in Bethel. Okay? Actually, get the commentary on that. Alright, so it says, but seek not Bethel, do not go to Bethel. It's just John Gill's commentary. Do not go to Bethel, the place where one of Jeroboam's calves was set up and worshipped, to consult the oracles, idols, and priests there, or to perform religious worship, which will be your ruin, if not prevented by another course of living. Nor enter to Gilgal, another place of idolatry where idols were set up and worshipped, and pass not to Beersheba, a place in the further part of the land of Israel. It formerly belonged to Judah, but was now in the hands of the 10 tribes, and where idolatrous worship was practiced. See Amos 8:14. It had been a place where Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had dwelt and worshipped the true power. For Gilgal shall go into captivity, that is, the inhabitants of it. They will not be able with their idols and idol worship to save themselves, and therefore go not thither. There is an elegant play on words here, and there is also in the next words. And Bethel shall come to naught, which also was called Beth Haven, the house of vanity, or of an idol which is nothing in the world, and therefore because of the idolatry in it, should come to nothing, be utterly destroyed, and the inhabitants of it. Okay? So now I want to go into Amos 5 and 6 now. It says, seek the Lord and ye shall live. Alright? That's self-explanatory. So it says, lest he break out like fire in the house of Joseph and devour it. That is lest his wrath and fury break out like fire, as a Targum, by sending an enemy to invade the land, destroy it, and carry the inhabitants of it captive. Even all the 10 tribes who frequently go by the name of Ephraim, the son of Joseph, that being the principal tribe and the first king of them being of it. Okay, so we know what Ephraim under the Assyrians went into captivity first. So it says, and there be none to quench it in Bethel, the calf worship there, and the priest that officiated would not be able to avert the stroke of divine vengeance or turn back the enemy and save the land from ruin. And as I watch this show, the 3%, it goes right into that. All right, this is closer to the end of the show, and things got physical because people found out that they've been duped. All right, yeah, they received the food and water, but it was at the cost of their of their freedom. They actually put themselves in more captivity, like it says in, was that 2nd Ezra 16, that consented to them shall be had in derision. All right, so this is not your rest, and we have to truly be resolved in ourselves that this is not our rest, because this devil, he's gonna come with all the trickeries in his arsenal to get us to side with him. It's gonna be to where it's gonna get so bad here that you're gonna beg him for help. All right, but we have to have that spiritual pride, that confidence in the Lord. All right. Hey, so just something quick in the spirit. Let me see. Finish it off with this. Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Meaning, dwell in these scriptures. This is why we got to read and build our faith. I will say of Yahawah and pray, most importantly, actually. He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. All right? You got to trust in something. You either trust in these broken cisterns, all right, that treat you like shit, or Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. But it's gonna be that great divide very soon. All right. The scriptures say, "My servant shall eat, but he shall howl for vexation of spirit." All right. So the ones that serve the Lord versus the ones that serve captivity. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. The snare is a trap. The fowler is the one who sets the trap. And from the noisome pestilence, he shall cover thee with his feathers, like we just read in Deuteronomy 32. As the eagle spreadeth his wings over the young, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All right. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. All right. So with that, shalom to the elect.